What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of my Spit Knowledge video, but it's a little different. I'll get to that. First of all, I want to send a shout out to SendRaider7528. He wanted me on my Life After Death review. He sent a comment because he wanted me to discuss like what I think about Biggie and Tupac, and I was kind of like saying that I don't want to cause no controversy because I know how people are both fans of Biggie and Tupac, but it's not gonna be like a who's better. It's not gonna be a who's better and stuff like that. It's just gonna be like my opinions on them and stuff like that. Alright, so I might do it to MCs, singers, albums, labels. I might do something like that. So, by the way, the song that you're jamming in your ear is the Masta Inc. You Can't Find Me off the Sitting on Chrome album. Classic album in my opinion. Definitely gotta do a review on that one. Alright, so in this corner right here we got legendary MC, one of the most influential MCs, thought-provoking lyrics. We got Tupac Shakur. And in this corner, straight from Brooklyn, basically changed the way of hardcore hip-hop with his smooth flow, we got the notorious B.I.G. Alright, so okay, this is how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna talk about at least 6 reasons, and I'm gonna give my inside view on what I think about these MCs and stuff like that. Alright, first and foremost, I want to start off with originality, like how these cats were original to the game. You guys should know that Tupac, like, he was down with Digital Underground. He was a member, and he appeared, his first appearance on White Swan song, same song. Digital Underground had that like playful side to them and stuff like that. Then when he did his first solo album, Tupacalypse Now, he went for that more political side to him. Like, you can tell he was influenced by like Public Enemy, Black Panthers. His mom was a Black Panther. And he has songs like Trapped, Soldier, stuff like that. And when he had that style on the Strictly For My Niggas album, but see the difference between those two albums, like Strictly For My Niggas had that more party, had more like party kind of songs to it, and that's when he really like found his style though. He won't make people think and party. Like, listen to songs like Keep Your Head Up and that song he did with Tretch and Apache. I forgot the name of it. Excuse me. I believe that's Deadly Venom, stuff like that. And so my way, Tupac, he kinda like brought more political kind of side to him. Like, he was mixing like the 70s Black Panther kind of movement awareness, and he brought like to like 90s kind of culture to it. If you guys get what I'm talking about. Now moving on to Biggie and stuff like that. Well, Biggie, he kind of brought like that more rugged kind of sound to it, and that more rugged kind of sound to it, and like he had that like Jamaican kind of flow to it, like his hardcore Jamaican flow, and like he wasn't like the first rapper to do it, because I believe that was KRS-One, Just Ice. I mean, I could be wrong. In case I'm wrong, y'all can leave a comment, but he had that more like deep kind of voice, and that deep kind of voice with that smooth flow. And like not that many not that many rappers at the time, like they had like not that many rappers had like a deep voice, but was still smooth with it, if you know what I mean, and stuff. Excuse me. And another thing too, like when you listen to like his earlier appearance before Ready to Die, like Super Cat's Dolly My Baby, Biggie's his Party and Bullshit, he had the more like this before like that deep voice. He had the more like high pitched kind of voice. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. Like he'd be like, I love it when you call me Big Pop, like that kind of high pitched voice. If you listen to Super Cat's Dolly My Baby remix, you will know what I'm talking about. Alright, now lyricism. Now Tupac, he's not like that one of those rappers like where he's like a crazy lyricist and stuff like that. But how can I put it? He's like more of a substance kind of rapper. He gets to the point what he's rapping about. Yes, there are some songs when he was lyrical, like Last Word, the song he did with Ice Cube and Ice-T, Last Words on Strictly For My Niggas album. What else? What's that one other song? That one other song. Like there was more other songs too, like I mean, he was lyrical in a lot of songs, and now I remember the song. It was a song called Hair Raise or something like that. And like, thinking about that song, back to like Last Words, I like this like flow to it. Let me read a couple lines from that song. It's like some of Tupac's verse. Now they're asking me why, cause a nigga's black. Sit back, ain't afraid to pull the trigger back. Let him stop, a real motherfucker. Mama ain't raised no suckers. Dan Quill, don't you know you need to get your ass kicked? Where was you when the niggas were in the caskets? Like, he really like, he can be lyrical, but he's like more in your face. He gets to the point quick in his songs. Where Biggie on the other hand, he's what I would call a really, really crazy lyricist and stuff like that. Like this cat, every word he said in his rhymes, they like go to and they rhyme and stuff like that. Like you can tell he was influenced by Cool G raps, like monosyllabic kind of flow. He was like really influenced by Cool G rap's flow, like his monosyllabic kind of lyrical style, and a little bit of like Heavy D's flow. And the thing about Tupac, he was also influenced by like Public Enemy a little bit, and I believe I heard he was influenced by Rakim and KRS-One too. Now back to Biggie, like on his song Unbelievable, which is hands down one of my favorite songs he ever did. This is like one of my favorite rhymes he did. He's like B.I.G. G.I.E. aka B.I.G. Get it? Biggie, also known as a Bon Appetit. Rappers can't sleep, need sleeping. Baby need creeping. Bullets heat seeking. Casualties need treating. The rappers need teaching. That's A, don't fuck with B.I. That's that. Like, you see what I mean? Like, that's that, like, really that really sinister kind of vibe to it. I mean, that really like braggadocio kind of vibe to, you know what I'm saying? Alright, what else? Now, storytelling and substance. Tupac, because he was really, in my opinion, Tupac, a very, very underrated storyteller. He never really got props with his storytelling. I mean, a lot of people know him for like a lot of Tupac fans, they know him for like the old Death Row era, California Love, But like some of my favorite Tupac songs were like when he was retelling a story. Like Brenda's Got a Baby, If My Homie Calls, Papa's Song, very underrated song, So Many Tears, I Ain't Mad at You. Like the thing about his stories, they were like raw, tragic, and at times like introspective. Like they make you like look at yourself at times. And Biggie on the other hand, Biggie, he was like a really master storyteller. The way that some of my favorite storytelling songs he did was like Warning, Give Me the Loop, Everyday Struggle, I Got a Story to Tell, one song he did. What's Beef? Like he was like stories are like dark, grimy, but he still sometimes have like a kind of like a funny kind of thing with it. Like really, both of them are right here when it comes to storytelling. But I think Biggie's a little bit better, but whatever. Now album wise, Tupac, when he was alive, very consistent with his albums, you know. Like Tupacalypse Now was like I said before, political and stuff like that, you know. How the way then we had like Strictly For My Niggas, where it had like the same political stance as Tupacalypse, but mixing with that 90s culture. Like he really was like very genius the way he did it that way. Then you have my favorite album from him, Me Against the World. Or Tupac was like at his darkest point in his life, and he would have songs like Paranoia, Abusive Relationships, Single Moms, what else? Like that whole Nobody Gets Me in a kind of way. Like you know where you're getting at when you listen to that album. And you have All Eyes on Me, where he raps about like the gangster lifestyle, partying, and the thing about that album was like some of the stuff he was rapping about on that one, you won't hear him rapping about on Me Against the World or all the earlier works. That's what put fans on. Watch how some fans don't really like that album. Then you had a Don Illuminati. That album was very dark. Like it was like at another time where he was just mad at the whole industry and stuff like that, you know. Alright, now Biggie's albums. Well, Biggie, he only came out with like 2 albums in his whole lifetime. But those 2 albums, he experienced a lot of growth in both those albums. And you can't really say that about a lot of rappers today, you know. Like the Ready to Die album was like very dark and stuff like that. I mean, it was like very like grimy in a way, but at the same time it had like that, it could appeal to anybody. And like, you know, he had that more kind of R&B, like the way Puffy wanted, he kind of wanted to mix the R&B flavor into Ready to Die with songs like One More Chance, you know, the remix, Big Papa. So he wanted to like appeal to everybody, like the whole mass appeal. Then when you have like Life After Death, where he still kind of had some of those stories, but this time it had like a mafioso twist to it, you know. Songs like Last Day, Niggas Bleed, You're Nobody Till Somebody Kills You, were really mafioso. But at the same time, it was more pop. It was more pop at the same time, you know. He had songs like Another, More Money, More Problems, Hypnotized. But Biggie still maintained like his flow in like both of those songs, you know, both those albums. Alright, versatility. Tupac, he's a master at versatility. Probably one of the most versatile MCs that ever touched the mic. He's like the type of guy that would make sad songs like Brenda's Got a Baby, I Ain't Mad at Ya, freaking So Many Tears. He would make dark songs like Hit 'Em Up, Against All Odds, Hail Mary, which is definitely one of my top 5 favorite songs. He would make definitely party songs like Toss It Up, How Do You Want It with Casey and JoJo, I Get Around, and of course he would go with those in your face kind of like what's on his mind at the current moment and stuff like that. Biggie, he would make like, Biggie, he's versatile too, because he would make those like smooth kind of songs like Big Papa, The World Is Filled, what's that one song? Sky's the Limit, you know. But sometimes he would go with those hardcore crazy songs like Give Me the Loot, Somebody's Got to Die, Dead Wrong, and stuff like that. Then he would do songs like Play a Hater. Yeah. And now finally, impact wise, Tupac's impact in hip hop definitely, probably, like many people say, he's like the most impactful rapper ever. You know, everybody looks up to him for like the way he spoke his mind on certain topics. Like even like when he wasn't like before he got mad famous, he would like speak his mind about police brutality, racism, and not at a time like a lot of rappers were on that, but Tupac, he was like on a different level when he was talking about stuff like that. And then, you know, even after death, a lot of people still like think he's alive, and like a lot of people still recognize him. Like I was reading up on some stuff, and like shortly after his death, like in a Mobb Deep concert, people were screaming out Machiavelli, Machiavelli, and stuff like that. And like Pac, he influenced like Federal Star, Eminem, 50 Cent, Kendrick Lamar, David Banner, Common, like, and that's just a few people in that long list. Then you have Biggie. In my opinion, a lot of people have quoted Biggie's lines. He's like probably up there with like Rakim and stuff like most quoted rappers. Like of course Jay-Z and stuff. Jay-Z was influenced by him. LOuch, B. Siegel, Eminem, 50 Game. And the thing about Biggie is like he made it cool for like hardcore rappers to like have like a soft side at the same time. And like the thing about it is at that time like hardcore rappers like at that time when Biggie was doing like his stuff, hardcore rappers like it was like cool the way he did it. It was like kind of out the box like. But now like when you have like hardcore rappers, like most of the albums they claim that they're doing gangster rap, but at the same time almost all your albums are like love songs and stuff like that. And the way Biggie just did it, he just blew it off the top. Like he made it cool for you just to be yourself and to be cool and stuff like that. Like it's so he's trying to say his like stories about the street. He's trying to tell people it's cool. You know, it's not really all that cool to like be in the streets and all that. And I think that's it. So basically, this is my own way of saying that I love both MCs. Both MCs had an impact on me and stuff like that. And you know, and then there it goes. That's all the time I have. I might do another one of this probably a couple weeks, so stay tuned for that. Peace and take it easy.